Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, yet for another video. How y'all doing today on this Friday? It's Friday, just like Tamira always jokes with me about it. It's Friday. It's the weekend. The weather been nice here this week. It's been what, 50s, 60s, and then of course at night it goes down a little bit. But I'm not here for a weather report. I'm here to talk Dallas Cowboys. But anywho, just getting off of work. I'm still looking a little rough. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow, so that's gonna be looking forward to that. I just wanted to talk a little bit about our wide receivers, right? We know that Dak Prescott got his contract and things of that nature. So, whether you like it or not, going forward, he's the guy. So, with that being said, now that's out of the way, how much of the pie is left, right? So we talked about who's going to get what. What are we going to do in free agency? It looks like the Cowboys got their eye on Keanu Neal and Richard Sherman, which are both guys that played under Dan Quinn. I know that a lot of people are skeptical about what Dan Quinn can do because of, the Falcons' falters and how the Falcons weren't that good. But you got to understand that, he was the head coach at the time, not the defensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator has their job to do, and for the most part, for most teams, the head coach doesn't really interfere in what the defensive coordinator does because that's his job to do that. You know what I mean? But to each his own. You look at different situations. You look at how our offense is going to go. You look at tight end with Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin, the Belldozer, and even the other guy, Keon? But he was on the practice squad, so he doesn't matter. But primarily Schultz and Jarwin. Those are your top two tight ends. Now, the Cowboys are probably going to go for best player available, right? I think that if you get to the draft and Penei Sewell's gone, Caleb Farley, they could go there. Patrick Surtain, Rashawn Slater. They don't want to go offensive line. The other option would be Kyle Pitts. Because at 10, if Kyle Pitts is available, he'd be the best person there. And I know that a lot of people are like, well, we don't need no guys on offense. We don't need that. I agree. You don't need Kyle Pitts. But Kyle Pitts is intriguing because he is what you call a generational type of player. He's a guy that went from quarterback to tight end. And, he played, and I think he was a DB at some point. But anyway, a guy that went from quarterback to tight end, just say that. Developed as a pass catcher, became a really good pass catcher, and he's one of those guys that just learns on the fly. He reminds me of CeeDee Lamb. So how we got CeeDee Lamb last year? Because again, we were supposed to draft defense in the first round last year. We were going to get Caleb Von Chase on. All of a sudden, we get CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb was an exciting pick, and CeeDee Lamb is going to be good going forward. To segue my conversation, it's good that we got CeeDee Lamb now, because what are we going to do with wide receiver for the next couple of years? And this is segueing to the conversation that I really want to talk about in this video. Smooth transition, ain't it? You like that, don't you? Who's going to be the one that's going to be out? Is it Amari Cooper or is it Michael Gallup? Everybody keeps talking about, oh, well, when Michael Gallup's contract is up after this season, we don't know what we're going to do. We don't know what we're going to do. Are we going to give him the, are we going to resign him? Is he going to be too much? Blah, blah. Is he going to constitute $8 to $10 million a year? Blah, blah. Can we afford that next year? Well, with these TV contracts coming up, the salary cap is going to blow. So we're not really worried about money in the future. But as of right now, I wouldn't worry about it because Michael Gallup's under contract. Michael Gallup has 158 passing yards in his career. He has 158 receptions, about 1,247 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Wow, I can't believe I remember that off top. Yeah, so he has 13 touchdowns to his record with the Dallas Cowboys. arguably one of the best tight window catching wide receivers in the game right now. Being a former third round draft pick, I mean that's pretty remarkable. And his ceiling is still going up. Him, CeeDee Lamb, these young guys. So the other option is Amari Cooper. You have Amari Cooper for $100 million. You just signed him. And after this season, there's no more guaranteed money to give Amari Cooper. Question is, are you going to keep Amari Cooper for that whole 5-year contract? Because you can avoid the last years of the contract and say goodbye, and it won't hit your cap as much. Now, we did give up a first-round draft pick for Amari Cooper. He is our number 1 wide receiver. I'm not taking nothing away from Amari Cooper. I love his game. I think that he's one of the top 10 wide receivers in this league. I love what we have with Amari Cooper. I love his addition, the addition of him. But going forward, if you're talking about going younger, we know that Amari Cooper has injuries and things of that nature. Every year he's got something aching him. Who knows how long that those ankles and because he's got feet issues. He got plantar fasciitis issues. He's got feet issues. We just know that about Amari Cooper. And I don't even think he's 30 yet. If he is he's close to it. You look at Amari Cooper. You look at his value and what he means to the Dallas Cowboys. We love him dearly. We love them ever since he first got here from the Raiders, right? He's meshed with Dak Prescott and everything. Now, you look at how this offense works, right? With Dak Prescott, I mean. Now, if you have a backup in there, he's probably going to go to certain people that he's comfortable with, things of that nature. Think about Dak Prescott and why he got all that money. One of the reasons why. One of the few, because there's a lot of reasons why he got paid. Dak Prescott doesn't just rely on 1 or 2 receivers. This guy throws the ball around. I mean, everybody eats under Dak Prescott. The tight ends eat. The running backs even catch balls. Cedric Wilson got 2 touchdowns last season in 1 game playing against Washington off of Dak Prescott. Noah Brown got some catches. And if they had space, they probably would have put Malik Turner in there if he was active. Some of y'all don't even know who the hell Malik Turner is, or that we even had him on this team. Yeah, he's technically our 6th wide receiver. He was on the roster too, but he was more of a special teams guy when he did play. That was a guy we got from Seattle. Now, he got some game to him too. So every single wide receiver we have on this team, whether they play or not, got some game to him. And Dak Prescott brings that more out of them. So I say that to say that, say for instance, not this year, not next year, but the year after, whenever it's time for Michael Gallup to get paid, you can get rid of Amari Cooper if you want to. Now, granted, I don't want to do that, but if you're talking about to hedge your bets for the future, Michael Gallup, I think, is more important to your team going forward than Amari Cooper is. Because Amari Cooper is one of those guys where, okay, he's more like a bridge player. Like, he's been here for the last couple of years. Thank you for your services. You did great. We will forever love you. No harm, no foul. We could get rid of him because he's injury prone at that point, right? If need be. I mean, hell, but I'll say that in a minute. But that's an option. You can get rid of Amari Cooper after his guarantees are out the way. Because mind you, and the reason why, what made me think about this, I was thinking about with the moves that the Cowboys made. They restructured contracts of Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Lyle Collins, and I think they might mess with Ezekiel's too. But they did not mess with Amari Cooper in restructures. Makes you think, don't it? Because they're not going to restructure a contract for a player that they don't see that's going to be there for the long haul. Those of you that don't know how it works when you restructure a contract, what they do when they restructure a contract, just say for instance, if you're a player, or just say I'm a player, right? And I'm making $10 million this season. What they do when they restructure the contract, they basically take what you're getting paid that season and just give it to you in bonus money. So they give it to you all at one time. So basically, you're not getting paid at all during the season. So you better save all that money that they give you. You better save that $10 million, because they're gonna basically. So basically, during the week, like during the season, you're not getting paid. You're getting all that in lump sum in the beginning. A lot of y'all don't know that, but you know, you learn something new every day, right? So I try to educate people too. So that's pretty much what they do when they restructure the contract. They just give you your salary and a signing bonus that year, which pushes money back. And you really only do that for players that you're going to keep long term. Tyron Smith is going to be a Cowboy for life. He ain't going to no other team. Same thing with Zach Martin and Lyle as well too. Those guys are Cowboys for life. So they can do that to their contracts. And Zeke, I don't know. I don't see him really going anywhere either. I mean, even at the end of his years, they might just give him a 1-year contract after this one is over and still keep him. Be like, you know what, just stay here to the end of your career. We'll draft some other running backs and we'll just make y'all 1-2 punch. That's how I feel it's going to happen, because Zeke's going to be cheap down the line. But then you look at that. So they didn't touch Amari's contract. So what makes me think is, okay, maybe they don't want to keep Amari long term. Maybe they're looking at it like, okay, after we pay him all his guarantees, we can go ahead and just release him and it won't be a big of a cap hit. So with that being said, that allows them to then pay Michael Gallup, and then Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and then they could draft another guy. Hell, they could draft a guy in the late rounds this year to sit and wait, and then they can develop under there, and then when Amari Cooper's gone, everybody can step forward. So then either Michael Gallup or CeeDee Lamb will become the one, and they'll be 1 and 2, and then they'll get another third guy. Cedric Wilson could be that third guy. I like Cedric Wilson. I like his game, and I like what he is with Dak Prescott. All of them play well with Dak. That rapport that they have is really good. So that's just an option. Now, all this could be for now. I could just be talking ish right now at the end of the day. For all that, they could just go ahead and be like, well, we'll keep Amari Cooper and then we'll keep all these other guys. And then Michael Gallup could be like, oh, well, I want to stay at Dallas Cowboy and I don't care about those big contracts. I still want to be here. I'll take less money. Now, most players don't do that, but I see Michael Gallup being that type of player where he's like, you know what, I want to be a team player. I want to be here. So give me a contract that makes sense for both sides. It don't have to be no big, huge contract. Because Michael Gallup is not number one receiver, and I think in his mind, he doesn't care. He just wants to be on a roster that he could flourish in. That's all he wants to do. You know what I mean? And, you know, but those are options. So I just wanted to I just had that on my mind. I just wanted to think of that. So let me know what you guys think about the Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper situation. Which one of them stays, which one of them goes. I think that what will happen is they will sign Michael Gallup, and then Amari Cooper will leave at some point because, again, they're not going to owe him money after next year. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.